Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
So good if we start with the Vilapa Kusumanjali today.
Yeah.
Verse 82. O Radhe, with a face like a fully blooming lotus flower, when you go out to meet Krishna at night, your swiftly moving feet become afflicted with fatigue. O Devi, when will you, although you are shyness personified, call me by my name to massage those lotus feet? Then I know that you have accepted me as your own.
Yeah.
O Radhe, with a face like a fully blooming lotus flower, when you go out to meet Krishna at night, your swiftly moving feet become afflicted with fatigue. O Devi, when will you, although you are shyness personified, call me by name to massage those lotus feet? Then I know that you have accepted me as your own.
You see, name is so important. When anyone accepts, he remembers the name. So she remember our name because when she accepts, because many names are there. But what name we accept, we never forget. So name is very important to connect with the name. Name make close to that person what you remember. You remember some name, you will be very close to that. Similarly, when we chant the name of something, we become close. Then she can recognize and give the name and she can call me. The name is the most important thing to practice in life.
Because the name is not different from the named.
Yeah, person. Name means person.
Yeah.
Raghunath Baba said name is no different than the named person. Yeah.
Notes, one Rasika service after the other is perceived. How sweet, how confidential, how variegated are all these services. How can they, the Kinkaris, who are the embodiments of devotional service, remain alive if these services don't come to them? Radha Kinkari Bhav is such a greatly elevated stage. It cannot be had without being totally absorbed, merged in the service. Unfortunately, a person like me has no desire for devotional service. I do bhajan for my own welfare, and I don't understand the secrets of devotional service. First, the desire for devotional service should awaken. Naratama dasa mage seva abhilas. The Lord also first likes to see this desire awakening within the hearts of his devotees before he blesses them by giving them service.
Yeah.
This is the Lord's special mercy. Srila Jiva Goswami has written in the previous verse Sri Raghunath relishes Swamini's ever-so-sweet conversation with Shyama Sundara and was blessed with the sweet service of fanning them. In this verse, Srimati calls Tulasi, who is dedicated to fanning her mistress, by name to give her another extraordinary service. Now Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has completed his prayers for services at noontime, and he proceeds to pray for this service, which is required at nightfall. Eagerly and swiftly, Swamini goes out to meet Mohan at the trysting meeting place, maddened by feelings of love. Her face is covered with sweat drops. So Tulasi calls her Ayatodyat Kamala Vadane, the girl whose face resembles a fully blooming lotus flower. But because of walking so hurriedly, Swamini gets pain in her tender lotus feet. Nothing can stop the very powerful course of Sri Radhika's love journey. She considers all the ornaments she wears to be a heavy burden only. Srila Rupa Goswami quotes in Patyavali, "How wonderful is Radhika's eagerness to meet Mohan." What can I say? When the jewels on the hood of a snake lying on the road expose her at night, she fearlessly covers them with her hand. The great poet Vidyapati sings, Radha, the Nava Anuragini, a girl who has just fallen in love, or who feels as if she has just fallen in love, does not consider any possible obstacles. She goes out alone, not bothering about the different dangers she may encounter on the path.
If the love is intense, obstacle cannot fail. Read again. It should be intense love, then obstacle cannot come in. Read this line again.
Radha, the Nava Anuragini, a girl who has just fallen in love, or who feels as if she just has fallen in love, does not consider any possible obstacles.
You see? No.
She goes out alone, not bothering about the different dangers she may encounter on the path. She takes off her jewel necklace and considers her.
When we are moving that path, many snakes, many obstacles, many stones will come. Many obstacles will come. But when she sees the only rope, some rope in daytime, Radhika says, snake, snake, snake. She ran away from there. But in that path, when she sees the snake, she covered from the hand. No. So, we are conditioned body. We have blockage. Many blockages are there. When we have an intense love, I will come out from those obstacles who is not making me peace in my mind. It happens because by mistake in my previous life or in this previous time, we want to follow to my false ego and formless Cupid, formless Cupid. And that was my goal of life. Means material God. That was the God form. So that way, also it comes block us many times. Many circumstances will create to disturb my peace in mind. So why they say Krishna Bhakta Hoy Bado Chatur means we have to use our intelligence here. How she crossed the obstacles. She is teaching us. Intense love is important for us. Intense weight is alive. Go on.
She flings away her jeweled ankle bells and walks on, although the night's thick darkness envelops Vrindavan. Her heart is illuminated by Cupid's flame and helping her to find the way. The obstacles stretch themselves out on the road, but they are cut apart by the weapon of love. Vidyapati thinks, I have never seen such a scene anywhere before. This Abhisar is very passionate, very forceful, and nothing can stop its course. It's inconceivable that she, who is softer than a flower, can move so swiftly. The cause of all this power is her strong attraction to Mohan's form. Sri Radhika thinks, O Saki, the form of Shyam appears in my heart day and night, in my dream and in my sleep. The Sakis and Manjaris become afraid when they see the force of Prema Pagalinis. Radhika, who is mad with love for Mohan, love journey, and they say, Saki, give up your zeal in meeting him. Move your delicate lotus feet slowly. Now, Swamini's lotus feet, and indeed her whole body, begin to hurt because of the fast course of her love journey, Abhisar. O Devi, you will call me by my name to engage me in massaging those painful lotus feet, although you are the form of abundant bashfulness. One of Sri Radhika's 108 names is Ri Patta Vastra Guptangi, she whose body is concealed by silken garments of bashfulness, or Nidra Laja Shyama Patta Sadi Paridan. She wears a blue silken sari of bashfulness. You will not call anyone by name to help you with anything, but now you are calling me because you are overwhelmed by feeling of great love for me. I am yours only, and in this way you have accepted me. In this way, the maidservant also reciprocates and surrenders herself to Swamini's lotus feet.
That is Anurag. Both sides. One side is Rag, both sides is Anurag. What you want to say, Mara?
And always new. Never the same.
Right.
Shripad Prabodhananda Saraswati writes in Vrindavan Mahimamrita, the maidservant feels like dying when she is separated from her Sri Ishwari's lotus feet for even a moment. She is staying by her lotus feet day and night. In past, present or future. She does not covet anything else but Radha's lotus feet, and she is always immersed in a boundless ocean of blissful love for her. Even in her dreams, she does not know anything else but Sri Radha's lotus feet, and she is like a river that swiftly runs towards the ocean of Sri Radha. And as much as Swamini has trust in her maidservants, that much she loves them. She understands, I can make her serve just as I want it. She cannot count on everyone like this. During the rasa dance, she sees that her lover gets pain in his feet, so she tells her loving kinkari, massage his feet. Similarly, now you also order me, Tulsi, massage my feet. I came running too quickly, and I hurt my feet in this way. How much affection Swamini shows for her maidservant. Oh, Swamini, will I never even get a single drop of experience of your mercy, either in dreams, in visions, or smara? When the devotee's heart breaks, his weeping will burst out of it. His heart weeps for want of experience of this ocean of mercy. For obtaining this fortune, one must exclusively surrender to her lotus feet. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami gives this example. Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram Smarami Radham Madhura Smitasya Bhajami Radham Karuna Varatram Tato Mamanyasti Katir Nakapi. I worship Radha who has lotus eyes. I remember Radha whose face sweetly smiles. I speak of Radha who melts of compassion. Thus I have no other shelter. Swamini personally lifts her feet that are the all-in-all for Tulasi's heart on Tulasi's chest, because she wants to mitigate her fatigue. These feet have become unfit for playing and dancing with Krishna. Who can measure Tulasi's bliss? She finally gets these long-desired lotus feet on her chest. Tulasi sits on a pedestal and takes Swamini's 2 feet on her chest and starts to serve them. No one else but a kinkari can understand how dear these feet are to Tulasi. Tulasi showers these lotus-like feet with oblations of her tears of love and kisses them in an unseen way and thinking, when I have Swamini, I have everything.
Oh.
As a result of Tulasi's massage, Swamini's feet have now become cured of their fatigue. An amazing beauty blossoms on Swamini's face. The desire to play with Mohan was in Swamini's heart, but the fitness to do it was not in her feet. Now her feet have become fit again. In the kunja, she holds her feet on Shyama's chest as she leans against him on the bed, and thus they become eager to make love. Tulasi understands that it is more discreet to go out of the kunja. She sits outside, but keeps her ears and her mind fixed on what happens inside. Suddenly, she hears an ankle bell, sweetly jingling. 2. I think I am being called with this sound. The maidservant mingles with the absorption of the yugala and enters the kunj, where she sees that Swamini's hair got entangled with Krishna's earrings. She cleverly unravels the knot and quietly leaves the Kunj again, leaving the Yugala Kishore, who saw her as the personification of their ecstatic pastimes, to their love place again. Suddenly the vision disappears, and with anxious heart Srila Raghunath prays, O golden goddess Sri Radhe, you are bashfulness personified. O blooming lotus-eyed girl, your steps, your dancing pastimes, and your behavior are so sweet and so gentle. When you go out to meet the king of the Kunj, who has already arrived at the trysting place, you become tired of walking down the road, so you give up your bashfulness and order me. Considering me to be yours, listen, O Rati Manjari, quickly come here and massage my feet. When will that blessed day come that I can blissfully serve your exhausted lotus feet? O Radhe, with a face like a fully blooming lotus flower, when you go out to meet Krishna at night, your swiftly moving feet become afflicted with fatigue. O Devi, when will you, although you are shyness personified, call me by name to massage those lotus feet? Then I know that you have accepted me as your own.
Go on.
Radhe, my dear, biggest hug out of the land of love, which is Vrindavan, and where Radharani resides all the time. My, so beautiful to be here, and to if you all could be here, would be so nice, no? And you are here anyway because you are with your consciousness. But I felt two things when Suniti was reading this so beautifully. I felt two things special. One thing is, when we speak about lotus feet, we speak about shelter. And in Bhagavad Gita, we can be normal in our normal position, when we take shelter in the pleasure-giving potency. And this is the meaning of this, that we grab the lotus feet of Radha and don't let it loose anymore. We just be there. We just take her feet and we just there. That's it. And she's so compassionate. Like today we were reading, in the morning, I remember one nice sentence that the heart of Mohan, the heart of Krishna, is full of compassion. And when we speak about compassion, mostly we speak about it, the heart. The heart is full of compassion, right? But in the case of Swami, it's full of compassion. Her whole body is full of compassion. Not only the heart, her whole body is compassion. So that is so beautiful. And at least for me, in my very fallen position, when you hear about compassion, that means we all have a chance. We have a chance to touch the lotus feet of Radha. And I also feel something when also Krishna is doing this. Mohan is touching the feet of Radha. He has a nice picture. And that means actually the preparation for the coming of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Mohan becomes the subject and Radha the object, that is the appearance of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu brings us actually the Madhurya Leela, the exchange between Radha and Mohan, combined form Mahaprabhu, so that Radha Mohan is Madhurya Leela, but Mahaprabhu is Audarya Leela. And Audarya means generosity. He's so generous, we cannot even... And why? Because Radharani is coming to us. Because Radharani is coming. And she's inviting us to go back. This is what I feel there. Suniti, please. I have one question to you. When you were reading, and it was also said that when she massages the lotus feet of Radha, they become pure. I wondered, but the lotus feet of Radha are the purest of the purest of the purest of the purest of the purest. So how they can become pure? By the touch of Tulasi. Please.
They have become fit again, no? Baba says they have become fit again. So I feel this is the reciprocation that takes place when one is in such an intimate relationship that even the maidservants, they can help Swami because they are one. They are not different in a way. They have the same feelings. They are the shadows. So when Swamini is so much in this passionate mood of Abhisar, then the maidservants, they help her to become fit again. because they know what she wants and they give her the ability to go on in her passionate love journey.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, pure I didn't read.
I understood that. Maybe I misunderstood because
Yes.
sometimes it was a very bad connection.
Mm-hmm. It's just that they become fit again. Pure I didn't read.
Pure, okay.
They were more strong because she was running too fast in her feelings of desire and so much anurag. And so the maidservants help her to become fit to continue her love journey.
Yeah,
Would you say Gurudev?
very beautiful. Go on.
Next verse.
No, not complete.
Yeah, it's complete.
Completed.
Gurudev, can you say more about what it means to meditate on our name? Like, I don't know my name, so how can I hear her when she calls? How can we meditate more on our name?
Our Manjari, huh? Name of Manjari. Manjari.
So that we hear her call. No?
Yeah. So if I don't remember and is not alive to me, how I will see that she is called? She will not call me Sadak Deha. He's a long distance for her. She will call local call. So Manjari, my age, my body color. Why body color is important? Meditate in my body color. If I will meditate in body color, I will always meditate in the body color of her. So golden is body color. And she meditate body color of Krishna. We meditate her body color. Her clothes. She has a blue cloth. What cloth I got? He gave me the cloth and Gurudev give me that. She bless you with the cloth and you forget what is my cloth, what is the color of my cloth. Only I remember my physical body age. What about my spiritual age? Or my constitutional age? So it starts from the name. And it not stop, but is my nature. And what is my service? And I have to watch my nature and service. I'm in the same nature or different nature. What nature I practice? Maybe if I deviate from my nature, so who will control me? I have to check and improve it. What is my service? If I service, my service is my lotus service and the umbrella service. I am in that service. Why you bother for other service? Yes, do, but your responsibility, you have to first take care. Right? That creates my constitution. That creates my constitution. Not only mine. When mine is fixed, then second job starts. My Gurudev. And my Param Gurudev. That Vilapa. when their constitutional position will fix, Gurudev's constitutional position will fix. That his name is Ranga Manjari. And it goes on and on, this Vilapa. Then Gurudev cares my constitutional position that I stay there. If I am not there, how I can help to my Gurudev?
And Gurudev, actually, when we identify with the material body, we are abnormal. We are not normal. We are abnormal.
A formless stupid followers. Follower of the formless stupid. Then my false ego is the identification of me, not my soul. Then, Radhika place, they will know with the Param Gurudev. They will, which group they come? This Manjaris are from which group? Which group? Are Pramod Manjari group. They are the followers of Pramod. Pramod Manjari, they are children of their. Oh, acha. Anang Manjari will see us. Just go to Radha. Rupa Manjari will also know with the Pramod Manjari. Who is the leader of my group? Why we say Param Gurudev? Gurudev and Param Gurudev. Gurudev and Prabhupada. Because they are the leaders. Right? We are in that group. Radhe. Sri Radhe. This is the different circle of purity.
Gurudev, this Gora Sundar has one question.
Yes.
When we reach this place, Gurudev, then do we meet them there, our group, or who can we find orientation?
We live in the sadhak there, we not meet anyone.
No.
But when we come in this living body, in our Siddha Deha, then we never forget each other. Who is in Siddha Deha? Physical body, we leave the connection when somebody dies, because this is physical. It's a physical relation. But when we come to the spiritual body, my constitutional position, who is living in the constitutional position, they are all together. That is the beauty of constitutional position. Here we are together, and when we leave this body also we are together.
Jai Ho!
That's the beauty. Yeah. If you will go and say, I'm in the group of Anang Manjari, nobody will recognize you. You will say, I'm a group of Ranga Manjari. Oh, Param, they will recognize you. Because your Param Gurudev is Ranga Manjari. So not only your practice, you have to practice also to Gurudev, who will help you to be in your constitution. Right? Job start from this point. Then what is the use of Diksha Mantra? Diksha Mantra make crystal clear about the relationship.
We say Kusumanjali.
Manjari, my Gurudev name, if I can remember. I know my name, Manjari name. Who will recognize you? Rup Manjari said, which group you coming? He said, my name, you will say. Then who is your master?
So for us, we work.
Param Guru. Param Guru is the leader. Why you say Prabhupada? Prabhupada, you say, Sati is the circle of controller, head of the group. Why you say Prabhupada? It is not right or not? Why they say Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada? Why they say? Because of this is the real meaning of Prabhupada. Group leader.
So we should always stay next to our Guru Manjari, Param Guru Manjari, so that
Naturally.
one day Radharani will throw a glance.
Yes. So if I will recommend that my is a Pramod Manjari, I will say my Pramod Manjari group I am coming. Then Rupa Manjari said, yes. Come. Go to Rativati. Yes. So that way, if many will go, Pramod Manjari group, then one day Rang Manjari will also recognize. Right? So his group is bigger. And this is the fortunate that our group grow. In Sadhak Deha or Siddha Deha, we can see in the physical body, we can see myself. Many things will disturb us. After that, how we balance ourselves, we can feel it. A snake will be there in way. Thorns will be there in way. But how she don't bother for that. Diversion is also there on the way. But she don't bother because reaching goal is the important. To reach, to meet for the goal is important. And goal is not navigate. Goal is follow the Maharashtra. And this navigator is guiding us for that. Right? Take this way. Son is the navigator of father. Son, he say, I am a son. It's a relation. And this son knows very well to father. For him, is the example, his father is the example for him. He loves the father, so he is close with him, and he navigates us to bring to the father. Right? So why? He's a navigator. He's not a goal. Why is mad? Because he feels his madness is he was in too much passionate to do for father. Son is very passionate to do for father. And Radhika is passionate for his lover. This is a spiritual way of life. Our spiritual passion is important. This madness and love is important. That path is a divine path. That path is a spiritual. Clear? A spiritual path is one way. There are three relations. One is a mother and son, father and son. One is a conjugal love, and one is a friendly. Understand?
You also said, Gurudev, that the grandfather is more helping the grandchildren, more caring and loving.
Life has to be some example. If you not make one example to follow, you cannot follow. In material life, example has to be there. How you fix the example, your nature become like that. When I was child, my example was my grandmother and grandfather. Role model. I have no problem that I lose mother at age of 5. No. I got more love with my grandmother. If somebody say, I suffer without of my mother and this and that in my... I say, foolish there. There no create example in the life. They are catching negative. So they have no example. They catch some negative role model. Role model has to be example. Now, who is my role model? Radhika is my role model. How it become role model? Because we practice, we have a nature to practice this. If your role model is negative goals, negative wife to run and see always, how is role model do you have a practice in life? In sadhak deha, it should be role model. And fix yourself, you will jump. If the false ego is sitting, it will jump to the negative role model to find, bring back to him in the right place. That is the sadhana bhakti. That is sadhana bhakti. That is the foundation. Where you are doing sadhana bhakti outside is a cultural bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is inside. Brother? This is sadhana. And this is the foundation. Nobody lives in foundation. Ask to God Chandra. You make the house, somebody lives in foundation. But the most costly to make the foundation than the building. Foundation takes time to make. Radhe, Radhe. Our body is for this sadhana bhakti. We not come to eat, drink and be merry. Material God and material God teacher, Sukracharya teach like Sukracharya. They won't Guru is teaching like this. Why there is Demon Guru and Brihaspati? Why? Because there is two always exist. One is Sukracharya and one is Brihaspati.
One for the false ego
and one for the path. What Jesus is following? Sukracharya or Brihaspati? My Jesus follows Brihaspati. He become mad and his follower become mad because they are in passion. Jesus, all Rome, all poor want to give to his Father everything. This giving, no physical giving. Well, every poor he want to give to his Father. So Radhika, every poor, every poor of the body, whole body is passionate. Whole body is in compassion to give. Not identify with physical body of her. When I'm in a physical body, I think that way. No, my dear. It's a divine. Right? What is hide and seek then? As per my relation, this passion give everything. This is the meaning of passion. That is Sarup. And Sarup Siddhi Prabhupada ki jai. He give the right path to us. It's so much enter in my heart. I don't want to go whole through Bhagavad Gita. I understand whole Bhagavad Gita. I never remember one sloka, I don't know. But you read from any place. Only by understanding this, all I can, similar way Prabhupada, what he explained, I can say that. Only one page I read. Page 4.
And the last.
Huh?
One verse.
What? Ma may come. I remember only one. Ma may come. Charana. Ma may come. Charana. Braja. That is only I know. I know the last word of Bhagavad Gita. Pleasure giving.
Hare, ihr Lieben. Darf ich eine freudige Mitteilung noch machen? Doch.
Ja, natürlich. Rajmohan, erzähl.
Okay.
Madan Gopal,
Also
sorry.
wir haben vor 2 Tagen den neuen Kunststab bezogen im Tessin und haben jetzt eine Kooperation mit Krishna Chandra zusammen und haben jetzt bereits eine Mela an Pfingsten mit Kalindi Didi, mit Subal und Padmavati, Balaram und sind jetzt 20 Devotees angemeldet und starten in 3 Wochen und haben jetzt schon hier dieses Haus in der Nähe vom Ashram von Krishna Chandra bezogen. Und sind jetzt fleißig am Einrichten und freuen uns, wenn uns möglichst viele Devotees besuchen kommen.
Jai! Radhe, Radhe.
All one.
Ja, ich kann einen Ausblick machen da. Das ist da die Region und Krishna Chandra hat dann da drüben auch einen kleinen Kunsch.
Then what will happen? Slowly and slowly,
Hi, very nice.
We're back.
Oh my Yeah. Oh, sorry, my internet breakdown. Right? My Kanhai is here. I'm so happy to see. He is my most loving boy, my son. Most loving. I love him most. My Kanhaiya. But he no loves me. I request all of you, help me that he also love me. He no love me. Only God, I'm missing him sometimes. He never calls me. How sweet he is. How nice he is. You don't know. He helped me 5-6 years that I can go and travel to Europe. And he's managing all that for me. In that time. He bring his brother Balram. He bring everything time to her life. Go on, ask me. Ask me. Yes. Yeah. Today I feel, Suniti, that you are in Vrindavan and you are reading and I am listening for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurudev.
It's so in so to give trouble to others. We can be together 75 or together. So I never see together 75 in one in Europe. But in turn, yes. And the last travel Europe also was like this. Dole.
Tribal.
And also in Rosenheim,
Rosenheim, yes, Rosenheim.
there were also a lot of people. South America,
Yes.
Japan.
Illusion is many people.
When I went first time Japan, when I went first time Japan in 16, that time I went visit few houses, few. There was nothing there. Nothing. Only I have to give 8 hours classes. That was good. Do it for me. You never make me that practice that I can give 8 hours class. I learned there how to manage. I say to Jananda, please, you have to help me. 1-2 hours I have a practice to give class, but for 3-4 hours you do classes. manage yourself. Right, Kishori? I have only 1-2 hours to capacity to talk. But slowly, by the Association of Japanese Devotee, they make me in some days to do it because they never leave. They are so kind. Devotees are very kind. They teach you. I learned. Now also I'm learning. Also I'm learning many things. So we have to be always the student to learn. Sri yeah, some kuch answer. I come out so you can ask.
It's more that it's a shadow now. The shadow of Radharani.
Shadow. I want to see my Radhika. I want to be only shadow.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Sudhamara?
Yeah.
Sudevi, how are you, my dear? All that's good?
Yes, I'm fine, Gurudev. I'm fine. I try best.
Your sitting is everything. You come, attend, I'm very proud of you.
I'm longing for my Swarup, Gurudev. May I ask you?
See, this is the only thing. You have to be close. And Radharani will inspire, I can give you.
Yeah.
Without it, personal, it not works.
Yes, I think so.
She will press me to do that.
May I call you?
But by phone not. Wait for that time.
Okay.
If I survive.
Yes. As soon as it's possible, I will come.
Sure. But all has to be peaceful.
Yes. Peaceful. That's a good affirmation.
Yes.
Peaceful. And full of thanks.
Thank you, my good. Thank you. Anyone want to say something? Share something? Kishori. Hey, Kishori. Kishori. Can I, Kishori?
Radhe Radhe Gurudev.
You have something to say. You send me very nice things. Please say that, read that. You sent already, only reading. I like very much. Really.
Okay.
Is a Kanai's wife. Yeah.
I will only read because I have no realization about this, Gurudev.
But how you write it without realization? I inspired inside you, so you write it.
It's all you. Gurudev, is only you saying this. And through me, maybe something came out, but...
Okay. And Kanhai is also with you.
This Kanai is your extension, so I am very fortunate.
He is naughty like me also sometimes. Not bothered. His name is by mistake I give Kanai. Don't take it bad because his nature is naughty. Kanai means naughty. He has to do because of his name. Don't mind it. It was my mistake that I gave Kanai. I have to give some other name.
He's very, very realized, and I'm very fortunate to be with him here.
Read it. It says, read not, say
So,
your...
Gurudev was asking about why Krishna has so many names, or why the Supreme God has so many different names, and why it's not only Krishna. Some say, some worship Jesus, some worship Ram, and so on. And so the question was, why don't, if we all know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then why we don't just all say Krishna, 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 Krishna? Why to make it so difficult? And I wrote what I was feeling. That is my answer.
What is the question and answer, sir? Question you read. Question you read, sure. Question you read, sure. That is the problem of many. So question, if you have, you can read it by phone.
Question was a voice message. Voice message, Gurudev.
So read, listen, and say with your words. Question has to be there.
Should I play it?
No. It's a personal. You not play.
So the question is, why we are calling the Supreme God with so many different names? Why not do we all call him just Krishna? Or just why don't we all worship one Krishna? And answer is this. One answer. That Anantadas Babaji writes in his commentary in Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali verse 25 that this material world is the playground of God's endlessly variegated pastimes. And there are innumerable creatures there with innumerable different feelings. Srila Prabhupada writes in his introduction to Bhagavad Gita, page 4, every living being out of the many, many billions and trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. That is called Svarup. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Svarup. And that stage is called Svarup Siddhi, perfection of one's constitutional position. On that same page, Srila Prabhupada is also describing 5 different kinds of eternal relationships with the Supreme. My beloved Gurudev noticed how many times Srila Prabhupada mentions the word relationship 22 times and is therefore continuously repeating the importance of developing our particular relationship by endeavors in our devotional practice, which will ultimately lead us to realizing our real identity, Svarup, and living in it, Svarup Siddhi. So, I understand that also, although there is only one Supreme Lord Krishna, we all as souls have our particular relationship and service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When this material world and all the other worlds is a playground of Krishna, where he can relish and enjoy the endless varieties of mellows and moods, it is all manifested to make him happy. Gurudev is repeatedly saying and teaching about Antaranga Shakti becoming Bahiranga Shakti, which means that Krishna manifests his pleasure-giving potency, Srimati Radharani. From what I understand, this is important because we can see that even though Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he needs someone to exchange loving reciprocation with. So he manifests Radharani for himself. And as Radharani's nature is to make Krishna happy, she creates the rest of the world and creatures to please her beloved Mohan.
Wonderful.
So, as a conclusion, there is only one Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and everything else, the whole creation, is Srimati Radharani, because everything and everyone that exists only to make Krishna happy. And because Krishna has endless desires to relish innumerable different tastes and relationships, there are innumerable ways to make him happy and love him. This is my understanding of why the one and only Supreme Lord has so many different names and manifestations in all the three worlds. And this is why we all have so many possibilities to serve him in a particular relationship. The most important thing, as Srila Prabhupada says, is to develop one particular relationship and practice this in our devotional service. Gurudev cannot say enough about how important it is to be one-pointed in only one relationship. We cannot be a son of God one day and the lover the next day, then become the mother and then a friend. We have to be fixed in one of the many ways to relate to the Supreme. Only this will help us to discover and live in our constitutional position.
Wow, very, very wonderful. Mundavar.
Rather,
Very nice. Wow. I'm proud of Pranay that his wife is giving so beautiful realization to him. Thank you.
you want to
You have to be proud of it.
Oh, you are there. Sorry.
He's translating.
Oh, you are translating. Oh,
I'm
my God.
translating Gurudev, yes. So,
You're happy or not? I'm very happy to listen to this.
Oh, Gurudev, it's all your teaching.
very happy, so beautiful.
Radhe Radhe Gurudev. Dhanyavad.
My blessing to you. One day, Rasmai also will say something. He also has a sub-note, I see. Jai Radhe. Anyone want to say something? No, it's 6:30, close to 6:30. All okay, fine. Anyone has to share something? This is
I have one short story in reference to what we were talking about.
my dear.
Jai Gurudev.
I want to listen to you. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. Say something.
A few years ago, Gurudev told me once, they were celebrating Radhastami in Munga Raj Mandir. And he has a good friend who is a Ram Bhakta, who he had not seen in many years. And all of a sudden on Radhastami, this friend was there. And Gurudev was so surprised. Prabhu, what you're doing here? And the devotee said, my Kishori is your Kishori. Your Kishori is my Kishori. So this story always puts me in line. I do not see myself as all of you as Radhadasis, but Gurudev has shown me that I am Sita Dasi.
Yeah. Oh.
One time when I was in Vrindavan over 2 years ago, I had some printed out pictures of deities that I wanted to visit in Vrindavan. And I showed them to Gurudev, asking if I could go. And there's this one Murti of Ram. He is alone, without Sita, just Ram. And he is somewhere in the back alley. And Gurudev, I'm not sure if you knew where it was or if you ever saw, but he immediately told me, not necessary. I was shocked. Why? Why not? And Gurudev says, there's no Sita. So this was also a realization for me that Ram without Sita, yes. So Jai Shri Ram. Jai Ho Shri Ram. Thank you, Gurudev. I love you very much.
I love you all. I love you. Never see any Ram without Kishori. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Radhe Radhe Go.